Emilia was diagnosed in 2014. She had a seizure which lasted over an hour, was rushed to hospital, and then 5 days of testing, we found out she had a rare genetic disease called Alexander's disease. It's reported only 500 people worldwide have it, so she was 1 in 125 million effectively, but there are many different types of leukodystrophies, which Alexander's disease is part of that rare illness. So she was 2.5 when she was diagnosed, so really to start with it was the not knowing. There's very little research, there's very little information about it, so that was probably from a mental point of view. As time progressed, the illness took hold of her, and she progressively got worse in terms of her walking, in terms of her diet and not being able to keep food down. She was still bright as a button until the day she left us, but it was more the physical capabilities that she struggled with. We've reached out to lots of different people, and because of that we've managed to raise nearly £100,000 now in fundraising for research into Alexander's disease. We've managed to cycle from Bristol Children's Hospital all the way around England and Wales to every children's hospital, which was 1,000 miles on a bike, and there was 10 of us that did it, 10 close friends. So we've managed to do that. We've managed to do what they call a rat race, which is the longest assault course in the world, in honour of a friend of ours, Paul Feltham, who was an ex-Bristol Rovers player, and obviously with Emilia as well in our minds. So we've managed to do quite a lot of fundraising. First and foremost, the legacy of Emilia is that she was the most kind, selfless girl that you would ever want to meet, and that is her legacy. And she's made an impact on myself, her mum, our other daughter, and friends and family around us. So that will be her legacy. It also helps us with the grieving as well, that we can help other people, inspire other people, and that's ultimately that's what Emilia's legacy will be, is how selfless and kind and compassionate she was, even as a young 8-year-old. Yeah, and I think it's great that Bristol Rovers are able to support this and provide a platform for us to reach out, because ultimately, I and my close family just want to help people. We don't want people to go through similar circumstances to us. So if we can help one family, that would be great. Especially with it coming up at Christmas time on the 21st of December against Peterborough, where people really, it is a family time of the year. So being able to use Bristol Rovers and have their support is great for us. Been at this club since August 2018 now. It's a real kind of family connection feel. So it's we're not in isolation with the academy. We have regular contact with the 23s, with the first team, with everyone else who works at the club as well, who have been fantastic with the support since we've had that awful day in September. Yeah, so she loved the colour purple. She loved teddies. So if the children want to bring along new teddy bears that we can donate to Bristol Children's Hospital, to families who quite aren't as fortunate as others. We know that feeling about spending Christmas and the lead up to Christmas in hospital. It can be a lonely time, especially for the children. So anything we can do to brighten up their day over that festive period would be amazing support from the fans of Bristol Rovers. They can donate if they go onto a website called Metabolic Support. So they manage and help families going through similar circumstances. They also provide us with a trust pot for Emilia, and all of the fundraising goes to America, where the leading researcher in Alexander's disease is based. And that's how we feel that is the best way to kind of help and support families. She loved her teddies, absolutely loved them. She had a new favourite one every week, but she would, in her bed, there would be 10, 12 teddies, and there would always be 2 or 3 on that day whatever day that she would have to take with her. And we've seen the kind of success it's had at the ice hockey and in Holland about fans bringing new teddy bears and throwing them onto the pitch, and then supporters of the charity would come and collect them for us then to donate them to Bristol Children's Hospital, and hopefully put a smile on a child's face who may be having a bad day. All she would have loved it would have been more about being a celebration than anything else, and that's what her funeral was.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't, and that's why I wouldn't probably like the black armbands, I suppose. I know that the 18s did that and it was a really nice touch, but it's more about the celebration of her and just remembering her in a good way. And ultimately she was the kindest girl ever. So if people can be kind enough to bring a teddy along, then that would be fantastic. If they can't, we understand that. They can donate £1 or £2, or whatever's best for them. Or it's just raising awareness. We're going to have 11,000 people probably, 10,000 people that are going to know about this illness now. So that's half the battle done. Even through all the adversity that she had, she was still bright, she was still smiling, and she was still happy, and that's how we want to remember her. She maybe wasn't like that in the last couple of months of her life, but she loved a party. Her funeral was a celebration, unique to her, and that's a kind of a day, an event that we'd like the Bristol Rovers fans and the supporters of the club to try and promote on the day, as well as maybe a home win against Peterborough.